Got home, I drove home, and I got out, and I'm like, fuck, there's, and I could feel like a bump in there, and I squeezed it, and I told Shannon, I'm like, get the tweezers, get this fucking shit out of my arm. She's like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm like, come on, what are we doing? She's like, we gotta go to the hospital, I'm like, oh my God. And so we went to the hospital, and it was crazy. One of the coolest things about this story, for me, we get to the hospital, and the dude, the nurse, the male nurse, was this kid that I used to host this thing for the YMCA called Late Night Basketball, and it was at was it Osborne? I think it was Osborne Middle School. It was right in the 19th Avenue in like Osborne or Butler, one of them. I don't know. That middle school right there. I had keys to the gym. I'd go in, open up. We had basketball from fucking 9 o'clock to midnight, and fucking all kinds of kids from the neighborhood come. It was fucking awesome, and I was the only one there. I was the only one in charge, right? And this one kid, Tony, came in, and he's this little gangbanger, fucking, punk ass, whatever. And I could play. I could play basketball back in the day, and he fancied himself a basketball player. And then we're going back and forth, and he's talking shit, and I'm fucking schooling his ass. He don't like it. So he starts fouling me. And I start fucking scoring more, and then finally he fouls me, and I'm like, all right, I can't let this I can't let it go like this, he's got to learn a lesson, this fucking kid. And so I'm dribbling up top, he's guarding me, and I go, pop, right out of his face, and fucking took it in for the layup. His nose is bleeding. I'm like, passed it to myself. And the next week, he came back with all his cousins. All his cousins. There was and his uncle. There was like all these people. Like there about 12 Mexicans show up, right?
Oh, shit.
And they're looking for blood. They're not happy with me. He told them what happened, and so we start playing. And I'm just like, let's go. Don't play ball. Let's go. And so we get in there, and of course, every single one of these motherfuckers fouling the shit out of me and just pushing me and fucking talking shit, and it's like, keep scoring, And then at a certain point, his uncle pulls me aside. He's like, you're pretty good at fucking ball. I'm like, thanks. He's like, my nephew told me what you did. I'm like, well, what did he tell you? He said, he told us you fucking smacked him in the face with the ball. I said, I did, because he was being a little bitch, and I want to teach him a lesson. And he's like, yeah, he is a little bitch sometimes. I can respect that. And we came out all friends, right? We came out all friends. And so the nurse was that kid, Tony Talabas. He was the nurse at the hospital when they pulled the bullet out of me, and he's like, "What the fuck happened?" Yeah, so he grew up to fucking do good things, dude. It was awesome. Wow. It was really cool.
That's fucking